sustained elimination of the broad spectrum of illegal, unethical, abusive, dishonest, immoral, and discriminatory acts by any and all personnel, from the highest official to the rank and file in the entire bureaucracy, and with the corresponding censure, dismissal, administrative, or criminal charges with whatever punitive application as may be necessary. Jelene Fule with the story.
That the fight against criminality and illegal drugs and corruption will be relentless and sustained.
A crime that stifles economic growth and bypasses the rule of law. A crime which, if not addressed, can eventually kill society. A crime rampant in the Philippines that has been passed on from president to president. Corruption. In the latest Transparency International Index in 2016, the country was once again slapped with the truth. The Philippines is still among the most corrupt countries in the world. The World Bank, the African Development Bank, the Economist Intelligence Unit, and other bodies conduct surveys and score countries from 0, which means very corrupt, to 100, which means very clean. Continuing the trend from its 2015 record, the country got a score of 35 for 2016. However, the Philippines' ranking worsened to 101st out of 176 countries, compared to 95th place out of 168 in 2015. Given these figures, the country's dream of utterly sweeping off corruption seems to be far from realization, not even in the next 365 days. 1 year into assuming the highest position in the land, President Rodrigo Duterte proved himself serious to his hardline stance against corruption when he sacked one after another government officials who were tainted with corruption allegations. Among the government officials axed from their posts were former DILG Secretary Mike Sueno, former National Irrigation Administration Administrator Peter Lavinia, former Bureau of Immigration Deputy Commissioners Al Argosino and Michael Robles, and former Palace Undersecretary Jalene Valdez. Majority of them belongs to the president's inner circle. Nevertheless, these drastic moves were questioned as President Duterte's zero tolerance against corruption seemed to compromise due process and rule of law. No cases of the names mentioned were further investigated, or if there were any, those were not known to public. Meantime, to boost the government's corruption campaign, President Duterte launched the 8888 Citizen Complaints Hotline. On October 14 last year, President Rodrigo Duterte signed Executive Order No. 6. It is stated there that 8888 Citizens Complaint Center serves as a mechanism where citizens may report their complaints and grievances on red tape, corruption of any national government agency, government-owned or controlled corporation, government financial institution, and related offices. To intensify this program, Germany has granted the Philippines 21.5 million pesos. This will be utilized to go to the government's Interagency Business Process Interoperability or IABPI program, which aims to streamline the process of issuing permits for imports and exports from the current 2 weeks to a maximum of only 3 days. Meantime, Finance Undersecretary Gil Beltran, who was appointed as the agency's anti-red tape czar, said that IABPI would also contribute to an increase in revenues, facilitate regional trade links, and the entry or expansion of businesses in the country. According to Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez, the Philippines ranks 99 in terms of doing business, which this administration aims to elevate to top 20 in 2022. As a first move to this aim, Lopez touted that the Department of Trade and Industry had already shortened the process of securing business permits from 10 days down to 3 days. It must have been the toughest 365 days for the life of President Rodrigo Duterte. As being the chief executive of the land, he was able to see all of the country's problems firsthand. Overwhelmed by the gravity of the crisis the nation faces, his 3 to 6 months promise of fully realizing the most awaited radical change were missed. After all, the chief executive has personally admitted it is not at all an easy game to play. Despite this, the president is still firm in ruling with an iron hand to finish this plague within his incumbency. 1 year down, 5 more years to go. For GNN, the Global News Network, this is Jelene Fule.